So today we have a 40 degrees ski slope in the back here, and I'm gonna use it when I'm tracking myself with the DJI Mini 4 Pro, because in the previous video we had major issues with how the drone could switch between different positions. Ooh. Now it should go behind because it should realize that that is not behind me. Today I would like to try this slope to see if it had to do with the obstacles or the angle of the slope. But before we start this, I have to do something with my remote. I'm actually gonna take off the sticks. This is something that I always do if I'm hiking with a drone, or I do something else when I don't want to carry this one. And I have this fancy pouch. I have a separate video on this pouch itself. But what I do is that I can just put the remote controller here and it's easy to access, but then I don't want to have the sticks, so it's going to disturb the flight of the drone. But I can just put it here. If I need to do something, I just take it up. Now we're going to try to just track from behind, then we're going to track from the front, and then I'm also going to try to do parallel. And this is a perfect example of where parallel can actually be the best tracking mode, and I have a separate video about that I have linked in the description box below as well, so you can see what parallel is actually doing, because parallel is not parallel. Let's go to this side here because I would like to be on this side when we're gonna do this. And then I'm gonna select myself like that, and we're just gonna see the settings here for this active track. So go to control, let's scroll down to focus, tracking, person. I would like to be 4 meters of height is good, and if we are further away, 10 meters is maybe a little bit too much. Let's try about 8 meters instead. Like that. And we can also see, I forgot one thing when we are here, we can see our inner height, 2 meters of elevation. Let's see if that actually works, because I don't really know if it's going to realize how things are changing here. Camera motion, that can be on normal. Near ground flight is nothing I would like to do here, but if we enable that one, we can see that we can go all the way down to 0.5 meters. But that is way too low, especially in situations like this. So let's go back, and now we're gonna do active track, manual of course, and we're just gonna take go. And we're gonna be close from behind here. So if you don't see this, this can be because it's just minimized, and you just have to click that one. That can happen sometimes. Personally, I've just experienced that once, but if that is gone, just try it. Let's see if we can figure out where back is. Yep, it looks like it knows where back is. And let's see what it looks like here. If we stop just right here, it actually looks like it's definitely not 2 meters above the ground. So the question is, what is 2 meters above? Because it's not 2 meters above me either. Try it again. Up here, moves back, and it keeps about that height. So what if I go back here to that one instead? It's weird that it suddenly thinks there's something completely different. It's from behind. It was behind all the time. I haven't changed anything. The drone suddenly thinks that that is behind. What if I change to behind on the little circle? Look here. Now it thinks that is behind instead. Isn't that weird? I just don't understand how it's doing that. Why is it moving at all before I actually start to move if it doesn't know where to go? And I don't want it to fly into these cables that we have here. So let's do from behind again, but further from behind. Don't fly into those cables. Maybe I would like to go on the side, like that. And then I can just put down my controller like that. And I can just hike away. And the drone is following me just fine. It's a little bit close to the ground here. It's definitely not 2 meters above. So be aware of that when you do these kind of things, that it doesn't really know where the ground is. Especially not where 2 meters is. So let's do the most tricky one. That is when it's gonna go in front of me. See if it changes weirdly. No, it didn't. Okay, I think I'm gonna have my finger on the pause button here maybe. Or can we trust it? Okay. Okay, here we have a lot of grass. See if it's gonna fly into it. No. It actually works pretty well. It's not 2 meters above the ground though. So that worked kind of well. The thing is that if I'm now like to have the drone to follow me on the side, I can put it maybe there. And the drone follows me like this. And I don't want the drone to fly on that side because there we have obstacles, cables, other things, small branches, whatever. If I now just turn around and walk in a different direction, the drone will think that, oh, I'm on the wrong side. It's definitely not on my right side. It's still on my left side. It should have changed to that side. Now it's changing. Needs a lot more time to figure it out when we're walking down like this. But see, now we're suddenly getting over to that side. And that can be a problem because if I have a path that goes like this, the drone will change like that also, but I would like you to follow me like this all the time. So then we're going to go to parallel instead. And now the drone is going to stay there. And as I said, if you would like to see the full parallel tutorial, check the video that is up here so you can check that one out, because it's a good learning experience how to use parallel. So it definitely looks like the problem was all the obstacles we had before. And one more thing, you can actually adjust where parallel is parallel from. So if you don't like to be parallel there, you can just change the position. Like, I would like to be parallel from there. Then you're gonna keep that position. Or if I would like to be parallel from, that is better, then it's gonna keep that heading instead. So what if we do point of interest here instead? That are gonna circle around me like that. Let's take go. Will it change the elevation depending on if it's in front or behind me? I did really jerky stuff. Doing really jerky stuff. Not flying smooth or slow that I set the drone to fly at all. Now it's doing fine. Let's see what's happening when it gets on that side. It's doing the same weird thing again. Oh my God. I think it flies a lot further away also. I need to show you what this looks like. Drone is coming here. Look at those movements. The drone is insane. It's just... So what if I'm not moving? What if I'm just standing still? Will that change anything? Will it still do those jerky movements? Or it's just because I'm moving when I'm ascending this hill? No, it's the same, look. And it really increased the speed here. So will it be the same if I go downwards? It does just fine on this side where it's further down. So now it's the tricky part. Oh, this is a lot better. What happened now? Did it lose me? It lost me. It lost me completely. But at least it does better when you're walking downward. So this is not fine-tuned at all, that is pretty obvious. This time we're gonna try the auto. Auto is something that I don't recommend at all because it's just, the drone is flying all over the place. And you can see that currently it's in a hold position. It's gonna change itself to helix. And walking down here. Okay, so now it changed to hold. So now it's just gonna follow me from that direction. And it actually looks like it's descending a little bit. So what if I just take a little shortcut out here? Something I would like to look at. No, is it still on hold? No, it's changed to helix. See what happens if we take manual and we take in front when we're going downwards. We keep the elevation or will it stay up there? Well, it doesn't hold the 2 meters, that's for sure. And if we take a look at the remote, we can see that we don't see anything of the background, the horizon at all. It's a little bit boring shot. If we go a little bit further in front, it also increased its elevation. If you don't like that, you can of course manually take it down. Like that. Minimum flight altitude reached. So if we now take from behind instead, it's really close to the ground. It's really close to the ground. That is not 2 meters at all. I wonder if it should go into those I have to show you. Look here how low it is. Here and here we have the grass at the same height. So what if I just go out to the side here? At least it seems like towards it. What is it set to? It's set to follow me from behind. This is not really behind. It's not behind at all. Okay, now it figured out that, oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't behind. So I don't have a sponsor on this video, but you can be a sponsor on this video if you buy me a cup of coffee or become a channel member or visit me on Patreon. Now we can see each other in the top video here because that is the video that shows you how the parallel mode works. The bottom video, that is about this little fancy pouch I have here. See you in one of those. Bye.